Another great thing about the reading list platform is the student engagement features. So we're going to look at some of those now. We'll start off by looking at the class discussion feature. So this is going to be similar to social annotation products you might have seen elsewhere, things like Perusal. It's maybe not as full featured as that, but it does give you the opportunity to do some class discussion on readings. So the class discussion feature can be used on anything that is a PDF uploaded to a reading list. So for articles that we might have in a database, this is an example of an article that we own in a database, you will need to not only add the citation to your reading list, but also download the PDF from the database and re-upload it into your reading list. So that's what you're seeing me do here. Clicked on the online link, went to the database, downloaded that PDF, and now I'm going to go to that item in the reading list, go to links and availability, and drop my PDF file in here and save. And you'll see right here, it does have that option for public annotations toggled on. That's the default. And if you wanted to change that, you could toggle it off there. The other thing that pops up on the screen when you upload a file is the copyright declaration. So since this is an article that we have in a database, it is covered by fair use, and you can add that file to your reading list, no problem. So now I can show you what this looks like with the annotations features. So you're going to view the PDF in the reading list browser. So open that up right in reading list, and you'll land on the first tab, which is My Notes. And so these are notes that you could add to this PDF that are just for you. So that's annotations that you can use and that students can use. This is really for a student feature. That students could read their PDFs, they could make notes and make highlights on their readings just for themselves. And you'll see that says, add a private note, just to remind you what you're doing here. In order to add notes to the resource, you do have to highlight part of the text and add a note. So for the class discussion, you just switch over to the class discussion tab, and it's the same idea. You're going to highlight text, and you can add a comment there. So when you publish a comment here in public annotations, the rest of the class is going to be able to see your comment. So this can be used for those discussion assignments where you want people to read and respond to a text, and they can do those. They can make those comments right in the text so that the students can point out things that were interesting to them, problematic, any of those things, and other students can then respond to those comments. So it's really helping move those discussions on text into the text itself. A similar and related feature is the assignments feature in the reading list platform. So it's very similar to the class discussion idea, but when you create an assignment, it's letting you create an assignment in Canvas linked to this kind of thing. And it's going to be more of a conversation or comments back and forth between professor and student. It's not a class discussion assignment. So there's some really good help documentation from the vendor themselves that we will have on linked on our website that show you how to set up the assignment in Canvas. And here's kind of what it looks like on the student side. This would be the instructor's comments, questions. The student can respond to those questions in the assignment, and then they would submit it there in the reading list. And then the instructor actually grades the assignment similar to, the speed grader in Canvas that is built into Leganto, but you can grade it in there, and it shows up in both the assignment and in the grade book, and you can put in some comments to students. So that's just another feature that's built in here to the reading list. The analytics in the reading list is another piece that we don't have for readings in Canvas, and that's going to actually track how many students accessed things in your list. If it's a full text article, how many people viewed it, and if it is a print item, how many times it was loaned. So there's an example of some analytics for this list. It shows you for each item how many students actually looked at it. For each item, you can set due dates. You can ask students to mark those readings as done, and that shows up here in the analytics, so you can see how students are engaging with each of the resources in your list. It does not give you student level information with names, but it does give you that overall view. And just so you can see, for a print item on this list, there's one item and it is a print book, and it will actually tell you how many times it was loaned during this course period. So it's not necessarily showing you those students who checked out the book, but it's just showing you the activity of that item that is on reserve for your class.